Welcome to JOKAKAKA. I'm Jim.
And I'm Sam.
And we're talking about JoJolion Chapter 75.
Yeah, Poor Tom and Ozone Baby Part 4.
Part 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow, guys.
What
this is fucking crazy.
What a typical crazy chapter before hiatus. What the fuck with that?
Oh, the thing fell. Probably won't even get picked up by the mic, but we reacted to it. So, crazy chapter.
Yeah.
Primo body horror.
Body horror, like suspense, like cliffhangers, and we won't know what happens until June.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is JoJo for me. This is JoJo kind of getting back into it.
Yeah.
I think JoJo had a bit of a lull for a minute. I wasn't super happy with, right before, what's his face? Urban Gorilla. I think it's been kind of on an upward climb, and I'm really satisfied with it right now.
Yeah. You want that gross body horror fight and really cool fights with little things, not too much exposition, which we've gotten in a lot of the chapters. This is just straight up. Not
to say I do die for the exposition. When there's an exposition dump in JoJo, I lose my mind.
Yeah, but this part especially is more exposition dump than any other part, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
The whole mystery theme going, but with the first part, Ozone Baby was a lot of Jobin character and trying to survive, where this is now more going to the fight between stand user and stand user kind of thing.
So yeah, it actually began. I thought it was kind of cool how it had that little flashback to flashback / background of the Planet Praiser.
It was an all text backstory thing. It was showing various trees of the garden and everything, and how the Planet Praiser came to be, and got to know everything. Yeah, it was without showing anything.
It said he grew pears as a child. He was a master at growing pears.
Yeah.
So his family they made a ton of money. They said 90 million yen. I don't know how much that is in American.
He was able to grow a strawberry in a really hard to grow mountain region.
Well, yeah, that was later.
Yeah,
basically the beginning.
He's just a really good grower of plants.
Yeah, he's just very talented. And do you remember what it said was the thing that set his family in? Why his family? Because he
didn't the Hishikata family was his buyer or something.
Well, that's later. That's with the strawberry.
Oh.
So what happened basically is that the way it was weird because Araki listed off all these different. Well, the narrator listed off all these different things, and he's like, it wasn't the fruit stealing monkeys. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. It was there was a secret that they used to for their what's it called the water, the way they watered it, their plants, there was a secret to it, and it eventually got leaked.
Yeah, because his family or something didn't
So then they started, So then they started to flounder, and then their whole orchard was completely cut down, just destroyed by these I think it's money launderers, all these just shady people involved. So yeah, then he became a hermit and lived in the where we find the Planet Praiser later. Yeah, so it made me think of. At first it was it's not the Higashikata estate, because that would be more than 100 years old at this point. And it's I'm trying to think if this is relevant to the plot, or if it's just a character backstory.
I just love this party. There's the mean street of fruit business and fruit trade. And,
it's a seedy underworld.
It's so weird how this is the big business in this world, in this Japan. It's something only JoJo can do.
Yeah, it's funny, because when you start bringing in the JOKAKAKA, it's all right, well, at least you can compare it to how smuggling drugs and stuff, because it kind of is a drug in a way.
Yeah, basically.
But yeah, it's just funny, this cutthroat plant industry in Japan.
You could have easily made it a drug or I don't know, but
plants. It's also funny, too, because, I remember before I started reading Part 8, you said, yeah, there's, a plant that's, the main thing. And I was that's so... I can't think of any other part of JoJo where there's a plant that's, the main... even now, I'm trying to scan through all the parts.
Closest thing was cat grass.
Yeah, and that was, it's funny that he chose this. It makes Part 8... It just gives Part 8, a...
So unique.
Yeah.
Feel. But yeah, so after we get his backstory, we go into the encounter of the Planet Praiser against poor Tom, who's still carrying around his stand.
He's also Planet Praiser already has him in a grip.
Yeah, he has him tied up,
death grip.
But I always find it's weird about Ozone Baby and poor Tom. He has to carry it. It's not something he can summon. So I'm not. It's
It doesn't seem like he has any control over the physical house.
Yeah, it feels like Rolling Stones, where you have to carry it. Like, the rock is just kind of there, and it can't.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Like, it's just like a physical one. You can't like put it away or anything like that.
It's really inconvenient.
Yeah, it's very inconvenient stand, but like
that's kind of the trade-off.
The thing is, when he gave it to Jobin, like it didn't go off until he buried it. But now that he buried it, it went off, and I'm not sure if he can shut it down on instinct or.
Also, okay, that's really interesting you say that, because he told Jobin, when you bury it, that's when it activates.
Yeah.
So
the unburied, I thought the whole thing was like getting to the ozone baby to like dig it out, and that would turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, but apparently he can still use it as for his chapter.
Yeah, really interesting. And yeah, obviously, so yeah, basically, Mamaka. Another detail that we kind of skipped over was in the beginning, like little narration, we see all of the Higashikata family.
It shows the estate, basically everyone in the estate status, with like
and
family like all like freaking like basically like dying on the floor, and Jobin kind of just watching in the garage.
Jobin literally saying, "Hey, look, stuff's happening over there."
Like finally Gappy arrived, and this has to plan appraiser, and that's like he's been saying like last chapter as well.
Yeah, that also confirms that he knows who the plan appraiser is.
Yeah, he knows. He knew of the plan appraiser, just didn't know what he looked like.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there was something else. Oh, what's her face? I forget her name. She's the caretaker. She's like their maid.
Born This Way.
Yeah, Born This Way. What was what's his face's stand? The last name of oh my god, this is the worst podcast ever. Who is the guy who's Josuke's best friend?
What? Wait.
The other one.
Okiyatsu?
Okiyatsu Nijima.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forget her first name, but whoever Nijima.
You think Josuke, like, I just had to think of like either talking part 4 or part 8 with me.
I thought I said part. Whatever. So yeah, basically we also get a confirmation that Nijima, the maid, is there as well. She's also incapacitated.
She hasn't done anything in forever, so she's probably...
She literally hasn't done anything.
She's probably forgotten.
I think since she was introduced. I can't remember if she showed Jobin the apple and orange thing before or after her fight with him.
But man, her automatic stand-up probably wouldn't be... As long as she could survive, she probably would have been very useful against poor Tom.
Yeah, right. It's so frustrating.
Just a forgotten character, like kind of really? How like Trish was, and like where she could have been used more in her stand, but...
That's the problem when you just stick too many characters in. Like, the problem with the Higashikata state is there's too many stand users there. So you could just do, like, it's like, there'd be, like, no threat. You have to make a weird OP stand like this one. So yeah, basically, we learn that once poor Tom, with Ozone Baby, is exhumed from the Earth, is even more powerful because its pressurizing abilities aren't being hindered.
Like 100 meters or something like that, like the radius.
I think that was the max radius of it. Which poor Tom says, but he says since it's above ground now, and the closer you get, the more dangerous it is. And we see Planet Praiser just gets fucking crushed in, he's a massive gaping hole appear.
He gets fucked up stomach. A lot. It's bad. Always he shows whenever he gets hit, his face is just a hole forming under his eye and everything, and just gross to look at.
His whole face just starts exploding and melting simultaneously.
It reminds me of the part 5 body horror that was in that one more so than
it was kind of reminiscent of the Metallica fight where there's just
and was this art style, the party art style makes it even more detailed.
Yeah,
it's cool to look at.
The art in this chapter in particular was gorgeous. I mean, as usual, it's always gorgeous.
Yes, Planet Plater still have them, but he's getting fucked up. But he manages to find it was these berries that they use for
It said it was a yew plant, or they were yew berries. YEW. I think it was YEW. I can double check. But
he said they were using in ceremonies, or it was it was kind of shrine state
Shinto. He said they're using the Shinto shrines. Yeah, I guess they must burn them or something.
Yeah, where cause if you eat them, they're highly poisonous and can kill you if not treated pretty quickly. Yeah,
which is told to us conveniently in a flashback, which is always I love when there's a flashback to an event that happened probably 10 minutes before. That's always really fun.
Yeah. And then, what's it called? Yeah, so Gappy comes out too, because Izzy gets fucked up, and Gappy kind of runs out to help, and together they manage to get a berry down his throat, and a very detailed...
Yeah, they hold
If he holds him down, into the bubble.
He actually, Planet Freezer like uses his tendrils to like choke his tongue so that his tongue can't move, so he can't resist them falling down his throat. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, and there was like a bunch that went into his throat, but like but poor Tom said only like one really made it in there.
Yeah, I'm looking at the panel right now, and I'm seeing 3, at least 3.
Yeah, I don't know what they said. Unless he spit out the other 2 or somehow.
It's possible.
He got free. I don't understand.
But then this is something that kind of reminded me of part 7. I was telling you. So poor Tom reaches for a knife, and then he like fumbles the knife, or it falls, and they're like, "Okay, haha, you didn't get the knife out." And he's like, "I didn't want the knife. I wanted the sheath." So then he like grabs the sheath, which is like collapsible.
Yeah.
And he with his free hands, he collapses it, or with his free hand rather, collapses it around one of Planet Freezer's tendrils to like increase the pressure.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of how like funny. There were like so many instances where Funny just used like a really small object, or like a really insignificant amount of his body was covered by something, and that was able to trigger D4C.
I love. You always talk about before we recorded like a lot of like, funny flashbacks, and this is the time when all that stuff happened in lifetime.
Yeah, I was just looking. I thought it would be funny to compare like how far along part 8 is versus part 7. Because around this same chapter in part 7, also it's a little different because
length.
The length in early part 7 isn't the same as later.
Chapter wise.
Yeah, but chapter wise, this was the chapter where Hot Pants and Dio are chasing after the train that Funny's in.
Yeah.
And at that moment, it's not the end for sure, but it's
the
everything's
it's the beginning of the last, basically the last quarter.
Yeah, and things are really coming to a head, and you know everything, like you know the characters' goals, you know what Funny's aim is, like things are starting to still developing, like what's her face? Who's the girl? The
Hot Pants?
No, the other one. Whatever. The other girl who ends up becoming D4C's like booster and making D4C stronger. There's a problem with JoJo. I have so many names, I always forget all the names. But yeah, that was kind of a tangent.
Yeah, that's fine. And then what's it called? And then so he's basically got a standoff. He's like I have to hold out basically until the poison reaches your heart kind of thing. So he wants to like basically hold him down, so like he'll die, so he'll be fine. But yeah, then he does like the sheath thing
and that's kind of like the death blow. Then like quite literally we see Planet Freezer explode.
Yeah, his face just like kind of melts. And you kind of see his eye like drooping off too, where it's like kind of like. You notice throughout the chapter, it really focuses on the eye. Yeah, they show prominently his eye several times, and the shot of, like him in the bubble like split in like half, basically, like fucking gross.
I really love that. Like he has like one. They actually have one panel where his eye is just kind of like shooting out of his like destroyed body.
It looked like very remember Parasite, like kind of like that weird kind of thing with the eye, like all kind of like tendrily
with Migi.
Yeah, like that kind of grossness. Right. And then the bubble wears off, and he's just like on the ground, it looks like, and like Ozone Baby, the hallucination kind of appears over his body.
Yeah, I see that as he was just like crushing it. It just showed Ozone Baby is like, just fucking
it's kind of showing how like it's crushing him. But yeah, like so Gappy, he basically now gonna run out there and try to fight him with like. But yeah, and it notices the like ambulance and fire trucks arrive because he lit the whole thing on fire. So
yeah, this is like hilarious. Poor Tom is so funny. He's like really good self narration all the time, and he's like, I don't know, the way that he's like logically talking through things. He's like, oh, the ambulances and fire trucks are here. He's like, oh well, I guess there is a fire here. Like that does make sense.
I was like, oh, you get her here, but if you get too close, they're gonna die.
Yeah, that's also interesting too. It's like it just shows how indiscriminate his stand is, and like.
He has like no real control.
He's in a way like fucked. Like he has to do something about Ozone Baby immediately, otherwise he's gonna end up killing the people that might be able to treat his poison.
Yeah.
Because near the end of the chapter, so yeah, basically it's pretty much just Josuke who's still in his bubble, like just kind of ruthlessly chasing him down, like silently.
Yeah.
This is the evil Josuke that we keep seeing. That he's like silent and like what's the word, like.
I think
super persevere.
I think that's like the more Kira side of him, because like So he kind of keeps to himself to like he'll talk to people like for his mission or a colleague, the only person he really talk to. But but when he gets like mad, he'll probably just
focuses in like 100%. He gets so serious. It's not like this kind of like jokey, like just compared to like Joseph Joestar, like how jokey and fun he's always having, like, and like
Jojo would have like the one line, you do that bad boy like one liners, like action hero kind of character.
Jojo is like trying to be cool, and Josuke, well, Gappy just more.
Well, part 4 Josuke's a lot more like Joseph, where he's jokey until you insult his hair, then he gets serious, but that's more of a rage.
But yeah, like this one, he's just like driven to carry out his task. His friend, his friend just died. Someone who he clearly respected. Yeah, and he's just I don't know, that whole scene where he's like, poor Tom's like climbing up all like the cliffs and stuff and the crags, and he's just like just tracking him, and it's so badass. Yeah, Gappy's really badass.
Yeah, he's still like he's like in the bubble, and like poor Tom's kind of freaking out, but he's like oozing like out of like every like.
Oh yeah, I just realized that.
He like out of his mouth, his eyes, his nose.
There's a cool little panel rather, where we see hit from his point of view, and he's reaching his hand out to grab something, and the poison's already setting in, so he's like seeing double, and he's clearly very close to being killed by the poison. So
I still love seeing like the design of Soft and Wet. Like I feel like you don't see it like the stand design nearly as much in like compared to other parts.
Yeah, in this one it's always really nice. It's actually kind of funny because sometimes you'll be like, oh, what does the stand look like? And there's like one picture. Like for a while there's only one picture of Doggy Style. There's really not a great picture of Doggy Style in this chapter either.
Yeah, because
he's getting destroyed.
Like, this is a stand, but it's more like a physical ability. So like it's more you see in the physical ability than you see in the stand.
Yeah, it's kind of like JoJolion had that a lot too.
Early part 6 was like, it was more so her coming apart. Like he kind of dropped that and made it more of a punching stand.
Yeah,
like
that's true. It still did like it would stitch up wounds and stuff. Like
but they kind of dropped like her being the stand more so than like being a physical.
And then later on, Rocky changed it again to make the stand look like a girl.
Yeah, it happens.
After the chapter.
So yeah, Gappy makes like this super ball bubble.
His Kamehameha.
Which looks like it's like a multi-layered bubble because he did say, remember he did like, it's like a bunch of thread or something like that?
Yeah, so okay, I was thinking about that too when I was reading this. Before Mamakazu mentioned that his stand, the bubbles were actually cords. I think he used the word cord.
Cord or cord? It was weird.
It's, cord thread, same thing, whatever. It basically, I don't know. I was trying to think of how that really is, like, applicable to this. I don't think it really is. But there's clearly something. So Gappy starts forming, several bubbles within bubbles. And, like, it's not like he's making, like, a bunch of tiny little ones. It's, like, a nucleus kind of looking shape.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure poor Tom said like, oh, is it another seed or that other fruit like that from like the poison one? Like, is he trying to poison me again? Like I'm already poisoned. Like, but a lot of the theories like I read up a little bit on Reddit, but like a lot of people think it's going to be like it's the eye, the appraiser's eye.
That's immediately what I thought.
And it'll shoot out like Doggy Style because you don't really know the full like
potential.
Yeah, of Doggy Style. We're not sure like he can like re-ravel himself up. Like cause he got split apart, but I'm not sure that can like fix itself up. Like as long as he's not like split in half completely. Like Dragon Ball's like Namekian rule, like Piccolo, like long as the head not cut off, like he can just heal himself.
Vampire rules.
Yeah, and I still think he still needs the plant appraiser with like the branch and everything. Because he said he had to cut it a certain way. I don't think he cut it a certain. He had to cut it a certain way to get it.
I think now we could move forward without the plant appraiser. Yeah. I think the plant appraiser could die and things would still
and
go.
He did say there's someone out there waiting for. He said I had someone like the track it or something like that, or.
I don't think so.
The chapter before,
I think you're misremembering.
Maybe.
But basically, if that's correct, then please correct me.
But yeah,
to the commenters as well.
But yeah, so the bubble like tracking him in the sky, like it's like a homing in on him, like just like following him. It's like not really attacking him from.
Yeah, it seems to be like kind of changing direction in a way that we haven't really seen his bubbles do before.
And the closer it gets, it keeps popping, but that's why it's multi-layered so you can keep getting closer to him.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, I'm looking at the final. There's a bunch of little circles up here above the ambulances, I'm wondering
Not
if they're
supposed to be-
supposed to just be like the sirens,
Yeah, I
or
think it's
if,
supposed to be the sirens.
I was wondering, are they supposed to be bubbles as well?
I think
Did he send other bubbles forward?
I think just siren because they look nothing like his bubbles.
They just whatever.
But
So yeah, the last thing we see is the planet, or sorry, not the planet praiser. Poor Tom, kind of like freaking out as he's rushing towards the ambulances, and the bubbles heading towards him. So yeah.
And then we get our series will be on hiatus next issue. We'll resume in June.
Okay, that kind of made me laugh when I read that, because it will resume in the July issue, which comes out in June.
Well, yeah, that's how our magazines always are, though. Like,
yeah,
it's always a month before the actual month is for.
It's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
all around, what do you think of the chapter?
I liked it a lot. I think I also already said it. Like, the art is just really good. Anytime we see one of those wide shots of the orchard or the branch for some reason just looks fucking real. Like, whenever he draws it, it looks like the characters are holding a real branch.
Party style is great. Just it's kind of like how the late Part 7 art, where it's the heavily detailed, always makes it look so much cooler and more. The characters have way more design to them. Yeah,
I really do like the character designs in this one too. They feel out there. I feel like in part 8 or 7, 6 and 7, they were kind of samey. They were just. That's kind of a bad example. They were very normal looking, but in this part, there's a lot of weirdos, Damo.
The minor villains of Part 6 all kind of felt like characters I've seen before.
Yes.
Where Part 5, they were all very unique looking. You can tell in that part.
Yeah.
Even Part 4 had a lot of really unique looking people.
Particularly Part 4.
Yeah, Part 6 I definitely feel like they kind of look samey, but Part 7 had very unique, had Native American characters.
That's true, and also the one that always stands out to me is the kid with the fish hooks in his mouth.
A pork pie hat.
Yeah, pork pie hat kid. Yeah. I knew you'd remember his.
I always remember his name.
But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good chapter of JoJo, and I enjoyed reading it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been really excited for this one, and it just breaks my heart even more to know that I have to wait.
I know.
June.
I liked it. I enjoyed the chapter very well too. It's just, I love the good fights, especially the body horror fights. They haven't really went that much since Metallica still probably the one that makes you ugh.
That one is just putting yourself in the position of King Crimson.
Yeah,
and that is just oh my god, you're coughing out straight razors.
It's horror. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
And then but I'm just more upset about hiatus than I am about a cliffhanger.
Yeah, really. Cliffhanger. It wouldn't be that bad if it wasn't 2 months.
It's gonna be 2 months. Sucks.
I mean, I hope Rocky gets a lot of sleep. I want him to have a nice little... I know it's tough being a mangaka.
But he's the superhuman manga.
He is.
He's the Rohan of real life.
He's earned a break, though. If anyone's earned a break, it's not the Hunter x Hunter mangaka.
He
needs to pick his shit up.
Or the Berserk.
Yeah, aw.
But, yeah, so I guess just a major simple predictions. Do you think the Planet Praiser is dead?
I don't think so. It's actually, I'm wondering though, because I'm kind of thinking. Remember in Part 1, I'm gonna make a weird comparison.
Go ahead.
I forget if it was Dyer or Straits. I think it was Straitsu. Straitsu goes to attack Dio at the very end. The very end of Dio's Frankenstein castle.
Yeah.
And he ends up dying, but he in his death blow he threw the rose.
It was Dyer.
It was Dyer.
Because Straits is in Part 2.
Okay. He ends up dying But while he's dying, he throws the rose with the whatever Haman bullshit in there. So I'm wondering if maybe this is going to be his moment like that, where he's dead, but his eye, Josuke is going to use his eye to get the upper hand on poor Tom and fuck him up, and then he's still going to die.
What's the eye what can the eye do?
Can wrap around. So say it unravels. And it wraps around his eyes and blinds him, or I don't know.
That's not going to help him.
It makes him drop the stand, maybe. The stand shatters in an epic way. Or if he drops the
stand, it'll affect him or something?
No, I just think that it's going to do something. I don't know. He's not really even holding the stand right now.
Is you put it down or is it on his back or something?
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
So you don't think he'll be able to unravel, or at least still be conscious as long as a piece of him is
I think that's possible, but I think it's more fun to think that he's dead for good. A character that we've introduced to 5 chapters ago.
Until I see a ghost.
Yeah.
So
he can't as I just said, he just got introduced 6 chapters ago. that would be wacky if Araki brought a character in with as much of a wacky design and stand power just to kill them all.
I know, especially since like he's like part of the crew. Like we need to investigate. They're like, oh, that like you got this rock pet or rock animal. Like bring it here, and we'll look at it after we take care of this. And like the fact that he'll be gone, like and like the actual like fighting the rock people like group is like now smaller, and like with less people willing to help because it's just gonna be like Gappy basically.
And,
Yasuho, but she's more support than she's a fighter.
Yeah.
She only like really beat one person, unless Jobin like actually helps out Gappy, but
that's still like up in the air.
Yeah, like,
Jobin can still be the true enemy.
Joshu's not gonna help probably. Like Hayato might like Jobin's son can probably help him. And
Tsurugi.
Then, the maid, if Rocky didn't forget about her.
I saw her head. I know for sure I saw her head in the panel.
I hope the guy, because she's awesome. Unless they bring in another character, but...
Need more maid.
But this is going to go to the last, like, final act. They kind of need, like, all the forces to combine, because, like, Part 7 killed Mountain Tom, or Mountain Tim. Or was it?
Mountain Tim. But yeah, he got killed off really early.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And he kind of had the same kind of power, like, kind of similar power.
He did have a very similar power, actually.
But it was a lot more lamer version of the Pit of Freezer had.
Yo, you can make like one rope.
It's like when we took Bruno's zippers and like only made it like you can cut himself up pieces, but only on a rope length, and you can't like put it across anywhere.
He can cut himself into pieces, but he can't reassemble himself. That's his power.
You can reassemble things into a rope. It's really stupid.
Yeah, Mountain Tim was almost a character that was designed as like a plot convenience, and then was just kind of like, yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, he's kind of lame.
I still love him, though.
Not as cool as Meat Spray.
Meat Spray is pretty cool. I love Mountain Tim, though. Mountain Tim's fucking badass. Even though he died.
But yeah, so maybe Rocky had something against characters with reassembling powers.
Mm-hmm.
Because none of them end well.
I saw some people comparing it. I tried not to look at anything before this, but I briefly saw someone mention something similar to Stone Free, and how, like, I don't know, comparing JoJolion to, Mamakozu, and I thought that was interesting, but still, like, Mountain Tim might be a closer. I don't know. I don't know.
I always thought the most interesting thing with JoJolion was always her relationship with her dad. I always thought that was the most interesting thing about her.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Everything else about her was just like not that interesting.
Remember the time when she turned her body into a Mobius strip, though?
Remember the time she talked about like masturbating in her cell?
Yeah, it was the first scene that she did.
And the time she spoiled Sixth Sense.
Yeah. I don't remember if JoJolion ever like totally unraveled like this, though. The weirdest thing about her that I can remember is when she did become a Mobius strip. Which was out of character.
I kind of just forget about Part 6.
I don't know, they want you to think about Part 6, though.
No,
There's been a few references to Part 6.
Part 6. When they tie Part 6 ending to, like, this is actually the same universe.
I don't like thinking about that ending. It makes me sad and makes my body hurt.
But, yeah, any other real predictions? Like, do you think that the definitive end of Poor Tom's going to happen when come back from hiatus?
Probably. If it didn't, I would be really surprised and excited to see what he does.
I feel like it's going to do like when we came back by hiatus at the end of the whole fight on the ski lift, where like it's going to quickly resolve it and then plot dump, or like Jobin talks with Gabby like definitively, like they have their face to face, like we know each other's bullshit now. Like
there's a lot that's like on the table, or what's the term? It's like there's a lot that's up in the air to happen. Like. So this is kind of the one roadblock preventing the next like big event from happening, which is going to be like the confrontation between Gappy and Jobin.
I think that confrontation is going to happen, and then Norisuke's going to come out there and like saying, like,
"Hey boys, what's up?"
Well, like we know everyone's going to call each other out on their bullshit. I think that's like it's going to lead up to like everyone called out on each other's bullshit, like family trouble, like Gappy's mission, like.
Because is there any like mystery elements that we still haven't found out yet? Besides, like, putting aside the things that just won't get explained.
Just like the rock people, like, the real, like, rock people leaders, and the rock animals.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, the rock animals, yeah, that should probably give us some more back. I'm just trying to think, like, what else could come to light? Like, what else would Norisuke be holding back?
Unless some other family secrets that we know, and the mom stuff.
That's right,
we don't know what her shit is.
Yeah. Damn, that was a really good fucking chapter when she...
But her killing the kid.
Her whole flashback chapter, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's still more of her whole loyalties. Like, the rock people, the rock animals. Like, I think this last, like, thing had to focus on the rock people and then, like, the rest of the Hishikata family drama. Because we haven't really, other than Jobin, we haven't really got more from the family. Where, like, Norisuke was, like, a big focus part in the first half of part 8.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone kind of fizzled out of the family. Like, Joshu just kind of gets, like, that weird, like, Rohan chapter where he just, like, had a focus chapter out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And, like, no one else really got that, like, in part 8.
It would have been nice to see that, but at the same time, there's been such a, like, unfocused plot development. It would have taken away from it even more. Maybe that would have been a good thing, though. It would have been like part 4, where we just get all these little side adventures.
Get, like, like Cheap Trick had that whole thing, like the whole Rohan chapter, and like the weird alien, like the weird like side. You don't get like in this part because all had to be a mystery. Everything had to be connected.
It almost becomes like a slice of life in a way.
Yeah,
where you're just getting like these characters who have like weird powers interacting.
Like we only get that weird like offshoot thing with like Shakedown Street, which that did lead to the whole Johnny story. Mm-hmm. But like that Joshu chapter with him and like that like money stand or whatever that like
that was a good one.
Yeah,
I actually really like that one.
That was the only really side one where like that could easily be done with any of the Hishikata family. Mm-hmm. That could happen to the daughter, like any of the daughters.
Really, Hato is the one that I'm curious about because
high heels.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything about her.
Yeah,
we don't even know her stand's name canonically.
I thought there was a name. There's no official name for her.
There's one listed on the wiki, but I don't remember. I don't remember it being said in universe.
I typed in part 7 Jojo characters, and it goes like Jesus is listed before Lucy. That's cool.
Oh, Lucy Steele. That was the girl I couldn't remember earlier.
Yes, the girl who the first lady wants her face sit on. Bye.
Part 7 is so fucking good.
It's great.
I keep whenever I'm bored and I'm just thinking of like I would love Hollywood to just make a part 7 movie. It would just be fucking hilarious.
It's so interesting.
Same with this is off topic, but I'm just waiting for it because I know it's gonna happen. There's gonna be a Hollywood Evangelion movie, and I just want to see
that same time with Akira.
It's gonna be so terrible. It's gonna miss the point of Eva, but I'm gonna watch it and either enjoy the horrible wild ride or the maybe decent one. It
was called Walking Heart because I think the manga chapter was called Walking Heart.
Oh, okay.
So. But yeah,
it just I don't know, like things like that. It's like I'm like that's all though. That's all we've gotten that through. Yeah. Just the title.
I just want to see like it started to kick into the final part, like how the train was like clearly like this is gonna be like the shots at the main villain, which who knows. I see every time we better get like a main villain idea soon.
Yeah, it's weird. It's still weird, and I kind of like the idea of subverting it. But and like, not doing that. But
I don't want it to be like.
I want the conclusion to be satisfying.
I don't want it to be like the boss, where like you don't see him until the very, very end. Like you're teased, but that one it teases you. This one does not do that.
They did a good job teasing the boss. I mean, like
they tease him, but it's like I don't want it to be like appear like you kind of shroud him with mystery kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or I like seeing King Crimson was a really cool like mystery, like seeing the stand before the user was really fucking cool.
That was cool.
And how fearsome it was.
We did see Doppio a long time before we saw Diavolo though.
Yeah, but you also could, at that point it'd be like it was a good big turnaround, but
we knew it, and we knew that was him.
It was like, it did better, but like I still shroud. We still have no idea in this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't
Hard 5 anime never.
Maybe one day.
It seems so weird to me that they still haven't
announced it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like they just want the. It's like the term "stroke when the iron's hot." They want the iron to be like fucking ice cold when they start doing. Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff to animate, a lot of motion in that part, and weird shit. Mm-hmm. Like visually weird.
I think they just don't want to do it. I think they just want to do non-JoJo things for a bit.
I don't know. There's so much bank off of it.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, they've done a lot of other like light novel adaptations, I think, in between, but
I don't know, man. We'll see. But and is there anything to speculate in this chapter? Because
I think we should probably end this.
Yeah. So whenever that next chapter comes out.
So yeah, you'll see us in fucking 2 months, I guess.
Maybe if I get the other books for part 1, I'll read through that, and then we can put something out for May.
Yeah, we should have a little thing for May.
For our part 1 spoiler cast in May, because Needs something to do.
I know. I've been dying to talk about part 1 for a while because I think there's a lot of part 1 that I like a lot more than I initially did.
Yeah, I heard the manga like had a lot more like character development and stuff like that too, which
it kind of does and it kind of doesn't. It's so short and sweet, and that's kind of what I love about it. Because like later on, like part 3 just feels like it's just one idea that's drawn out.
But it was like when I watched part 4, like I went back and like I saw like a lot of stuff they added from the anime that was kind of cool. Like they had a lot more teasing of characters, like JOKAKAKA.
That's cool. That's one of the benefits you get from doing the anime. That's why watching the OPs is so much fun, because you get to be like, oh, that's a reference to that.
It's like part 5 OP.
I know, I'm dying. I don't even want the part 5 anime that much. I just want to see the OPs.
I know, they're so good.
I want to see the glorious music.
They always do good with their OPs for the most part. So I don't know, we'll see. So we'll probably have sometime in May whenever I'll grab the last 2. I like to collect the hardcovers, so and I have like a gift card for Barnes and Noble that I need to use. So So yeah. All right, then I guess then Jim, where can they find us?
We are the Neoncast well, technically we're also the Neoncast.
Yes.
You're listening to JOKAKAKA right now, and
sideshow of the Neoncast.
Yeah, so you basically
kind of like the main show more so.
Definitely more popular. So our other show is us talking about. What else? Cat girls.
And occasional seasonal anime and everything in between.
Basically, cat girls are creepy. We're trying to find out why. That's it.
That's it.
I recommend checking through. There's a few playlists for a bunch of our videos or a bunch of our series. So check through those. See if there's any.
I'm not sure
any shows that you've seen. It's always fun to like listen to what people have to say about a show you've seen.
I'm not sure what's coming out or what's going to be coming out near this.
We just released the episode of Omari. What is it?
The Harem Show?
Yes. Omari Mami. Omari Mamari.
Yeah.
I didn't say that right.
Sounds which like is a Morgan.
Memories. It was a bog standard harem show from the mid 2000s.
And after that, we'll have a seasonal anime. After that, I'm not gonna say what.
Oh, tease not. Because this will go
It's
up.
very edgy, though.
This is going to go up, like, today. Like,
I know.
I'm going to put this up ASAP.
Just be prepared for the edginess of that future episode.
Try not to cut yourself.
And so, I guess, we're on, like, iTunes and YouTube. Our Neoncast is on iTunes. JOKAKAKA is, like, on YouTube exclusive.
It's YouTube exclusive.
Oh, boy. And
I know the audience.
Also, if you want, follow Neoncast on...
iTunes.
On Twitter.
On Twitter, rather.
That's what Jim's usually using and managing. I'm at Gokai-kun if you want to follow me. I'm just still getting used to Twitter. I'm mainly using it for the memes.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I use Twitter for memes and like lewd art that people draw that I follow.
Yeah. So that's cool. And then so I guess that's it, right? Any other things?
Oh, also, I'm on Twitter to follow the AniTuber drama because there's so much fucking drama about anime YouTubers. It's delicious.
And we also got a new logo, too. That was really cool.
Yes, thank you to my friend who commissioned our new logo.
Yes, it's very nice.
Alright, well, thank you for listening to JOKAKAKA. Sorry it drug on a little long, but I had a lot to say.
We always rant about the speculation part.
Yeah. At least it wasn't like last time where we just ranted about how angry I was at part 8.
Yeah, but they kind of like fixed... kind of fixed themselves there, thank God.
Yeah.
It must be because I had to do a little, like, rant little part to release the video.
Yeah.
So...
Alright.
It's fine.
Have a great day.
Alright, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.